Hello, good morning students. How are you? I am Dr. R.K. Sharma, the physics educator. So in continuation of the previous lecture, today we are going to discuss the applications of dimensional analysis. Very important, okay? And we will be using the law of homogeneity or the principle of homogeneity, which we discussed in the previous class. That is, the physical quantities of similar nature can be added or subtracted. So now the first application, okay? So the first application of dimensional analysis is checking the dimensional consistency or accuracy of a physical quantity or equation. So what is the rule? The rule is, if the dimensions of LHS are equal to the dimensions of RHS, that is left hand side is equal to right hand side, then the given equation or formula is dimensionally correct, otherwise not. So there is always a question on this application, okay, either in your internal examination of CBSE or the NEET exam or IIT, JEE, etc. So, and it's very easy. You please just be focused and try to understand, okay? And as we have already gone through the dimensions of various physical quantities, so the same will be applied here as well. So for example, so we will take a number of examples, okay, to discuss this very application. So the first question we can take, so we will have the check the accuracy of the following equations dimensionally, okay? So check the accuracy dimensionally of the following. So the first one is, suppose we talk about the equations of motion, which you have studied in class 9th as well, though we will be studying in class 11th as well in coming chapters. So the first equation is V is equal to U plus AT. V is the final velocity, U is the initial velocity, A is the acceleration, and T is the time. So we have to discuss or verify whether this given equation is dimensionally correct or not. So what is required? We have to find the dimensions of left hand side, we have to find the dimensions of right hand side. If they are equal, then the given equation is dimensionally correct, otherwise not. Clear? So now let us start. So in the step 1, what we say, let us write down the dimensional or dimensions or dimensional formula of LHS, left hand side. This is the final velocity. So we have written its formula m0 LT minus 1. So you can put it as, say, number 1. Now let us write down the dimensions of the dimension formula of RHS, right hand side. So right now first term is U, initial velocity. So whether it is initial velocity or final velocity will have the same dimensions, okay? That is m0 LT minus 1 plus A, acceleration was having LT minus 2, then T is only the time, so like this. So if you will simplify, this is m0, of course I have written in this ideal form L and that T minus 1, and this will become basically L is here and T minus 2 and T1, so this become LT minus 1, or in ideal form we can insert m also, that is m is power 0. So finally, now see, the first term is having m0 LT minus 1. Now second term is also having m0 LT minus 1. Means these are the two terms having the same dimensions. So in principle of homogeneity, we just wrote, what was the principle of homogeneity? So here you can talk about, according to principle of homogeneity, the dimensions of similar physical quantities are right or will remain the same in addition or subtraction. Therefore, the final dimensions will be m0 LT minus 1. Actually, it seems that is this term similar to this term, okay? So it will become twice, but the constant values does not have any dimensions, okay? So that is why, according to the principle of homogeneity, the dimensions will remain the same in addition of the similar quantities. And why can we say they are similar? Because they have the same dimensions. Clear? So the dimension formula of RHS is coming this, okay? So the df of RHS is equal to this. So put it as number 2. Now if you compare both, so the dimension formula of left hand side was m0 LT minus 1 and of RHS m0 LT minus 1, meaning thereby the dimensional formula of LHS is equal to the dimension formula of RHS. So therefore the given equation is dimensionally correct. So therefore you can say the given equation, okay, is dimensionally correct. Clear? So this way we can find out. So I think you understood, very easy. Only thing is we just wrote the dimensions of the various terms, okay, on left hand side and right hand side, okay, and compared it, okay. So this way we can prove the consistency. So therefore we can say that is there is a consistency dimensionally of the first equation of motion. Clear? Now the next we can talk about, number 2, say kinetic energy, right? Or rather be better to say, there's a one term called the work done is equal to the change in kinetic energy, that is half mv square minus half mu square. This is called basically work energy theorem. So what we'll do, we will take the same logic. We will be writing the dimension formula of LHS as well as RHS. Okay. So write it. Dimension formula of LHS means the dimension formula of work done, and work done was equal to, so W was equal to force into displacement, because though we have written the dimension formula of work earlier, but still we don't remember it, okay, as of now, so we can write it by splitting it. So force probably by this time mLT minus 2 and D is L. So overall formula will be mL square T minus 2. Okay, so we will put it as 1. So LHS dimension formula is mL square T minus 2. Now write down the dimension formula of RHS. So the dimension formula of RHS, that is right hand side. So half is a constant, has no dimension. Similarly this half. So m here, that is mass, capital M. V means velocity, that is LT minus 1, but square. Okay. So raised to 2 minus this half is also out because there is no dimension of constant. So that is capital M, and again LT minus 1 power 2. So you will simplify it, you will get power 2 is there, okay. So therefore L square T minus 2, and here it is M, and that is L square T minus 2. So we are finding again, that is here there is a difference or the subtraction of the same dimensions, means the same physical quantities. So the law principle of homogeneity is applicable. Okay, so according to that law, the resultant dimensions will remain the same, that is mL square T minus 2. So we put it as number 2. So we find, or we see here, the dimensions of LHS, this is equal to the dimension of RHS, meaning thereby the given equation is again dimensionally correct. So we can write down since the dimension formula of LHS is equal to the dimension formula of RHS. Okay, right? So therefore given equation is dimensionally correct. Dimensionally correct. All right. So I think it's very clear to you. You are understanding all this? Quite easy. Okay. So we can take few more examples. Now the second is, all these examples which I am taking, the questions are very important. Okay, so you can practice them. So the next is, the frequency of vibration of a stressed spring, the nu, right, is given by 1/12 root T tension upon small m. So this is a one relation of formula, that is the frequency of vibrations of a stretched string is given by 1/12, where L is the length and T is the tension. Tension is nothing but force, and this is the mass per unit of length. So here you can state L is the length, okay, T is the tension, and M is mass per unit length, and nu is of course the frequency. So we have to again check the consistency of this equation dimensionally. Okay, so what are the steps? The same. So just write down the dimensional formula of LHS. As a frequency is 1/T. So dimensions will be M0 L0 T minus 1. Put it as equation 1. Now we can write down the dimension formula of RHS. So 1/12. So 2 is out, because it's a constant. So you will have 1/L, and within a square root. Okay, square root means half power. So let us put a bracket like this, square bracket, and half power. Now T is the tension. Tension is nothing but force, and force dimension formula we know, MLT minus 2. And this is the not mass, though it is represented by small m, but it is actually mass per unit length of the string. So that is, this will be mass upon length means ml minus 1. So what you find here, okay, mm get cancelled. Alright, so it is 1/L. Now what will happen? This L you take up, okay, so become positive. One positive here always already. So therefore it is L square T minus 2 raised to the power half. So because power is half, so finally you will see it is 1/L, and finally it will become only LT minus 1, because power is half. So half comes here, okay, so it become 1. This also become minus 1. L get cancelled. So what is this? T minus 1. So ideal form is what? M0 L0 T minus 1. So therefore dimensional formula of RHS is equal to this. Put it as 2. So what do you see here? The dimensional formula of LHS is M0 L0 T raised to minus 1, and even of RHS, okay, is also the same, that is M0 L0 T minus 1. So are you finding it interesting? Yes, I hope so. So this way actually we can consider a number of. So this was one of the very important illustration which can be asked in your exam. So we will take few more. So now we have some formula, whenever a body moves, so we can find out the distance traveled or covered in 10 second or 20 second, or maybe the distance covered by moving particle or object, okay, in nth second. Okay, so next one is basically the distance traveled or covered by a moving particle or body in nth second. In general, nth is given by u plus a by 2 2n minus 1. This is the formula for the distance covered by a moving body or particle in nth second is equal to u means that its initial velocity, a acceleration, and n is the nth second. Okay, that is basically the time. So what is this actually? See, when you talk about, suppose this is the position A. So after 1 second here, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second. So now I say what is the distance covered by the particle, okay, in the 4th second. So 4th second will start from here. So that is from here to here. So when you talk about what is the distance covered in the 3rd second. 3rd second means the 3rd second will start after 2. So after 2 seconds, okay, the 3rd will start from here to here. So what do you find? Actually the distance covered in the 3rd second or the 4th second means actually it is the distance covered per second. So therefore, though in the formula symbolically seems to be s, that is the distance, but actually it is distance per unit of time or per second. Clear? So this is the actually meaning I wanted to explain to you, because there are some technical understanding required here, okay, conceptual understanding required, okay. Though symbolically it seems to be the distance, but it is not. It is actually the distance of nth second, and meaning I have just explained. Nth means that very particular second, like the 3rd second, the 4th second, or the 6th second, or the 7th second, so that means only 1 second. Okay, so let's start writing. So what was the process? We generally used to write the dimensional formula of LHS. So this is s, but as I just explained, it is the distance covered nth second. So actually it is s nth is nothing but simply you can talk d by t. D is basically L, T means time, L means this. So therefore this will become LT minus 1. In ideal form you can write down it as M0 LT minus 1. So we will put it as 1. Now let us take the right hand side. So the dimensional formula of RHS, fine. U means LT minus 1, that is initial velocity, plus this half doesn't have any dimension because it's constant. A acceleration means LT minus 2, then 2n, this 2 will also have no dimension. N is the time basically, that is a t, minus 1 constant, so nothing, so it remains t only. So when you will simplify, it is LT minus 1, fine, plus t positive 1 and minus 2, so this becomes LT minus 1. So again you find here that this term and this term both are having the same dimensions, okay. So whenever we are having the two similar terms having same dimensions, okay, that means the principle of homogeneity will be applied, in which the resultant dimension will also remain the same, because such physical quantities having the same dimensions, okay, can be added or subtracted. As I told you, the sum of two lengths always give a resultant as length. Similarly, it is indirectly the velocity right? So the velocity plus velocity will give some velocity, right? So therefore the final result is Lt minus 1, or ideal form you can say m0 Lt minus 1. So this is number 2. So again you will see, or we are finding that the dimension formula of LHS, that is m0 Lt minus 1 is equal to m0 Lt minus 1. So means the dimensional formula of LHS is equal to the dimensional formula of RHS. So therefore the given equation, this is dimensionally correct. So therefore given equation is dimensionally correct. Clear? So I hope you may be enjoying all this. Very interesting, and these are some important questions, okay, which are generally asked in your competitive examinations as well. So I think we can take a few more, no problem. Now when we talk about a simple pendulum is here, say of mass m, this is the point of suspension, okay. So when you take this bob or pendulum, okay, here at this position and release it, okay, you will see it will oscillate like this. So the pendulum will oscillate like this, and the L is the length, m is the mass of the bob, okay, this is called bob, right? And there will be some time period of oscillation of simple pendulum. So we say that is the time period of a simple pendulum is equal to 1 upon 2L under root L upon G, where L is the length, I told you, right, of the thread, and this is the time period. Time period T is equal to time period T. Alright. So time period T is okay. So now we will take another example, okay. So now we will discuss the time period T of a simple pendulum is equal to 2 pi under root L upon G, right? So you know that is there is a support and this is the bob of mass m, it is the L length, okay. So when you take the bob on one side, okay, and release it, okay, it will oscillate or vibrate like this, okay. So the time period T is equal to 2 pi under root L upon G, where L is the length of this thread and G is the acceleration due to gravity. Fine. So let us check its dimensional consistency. So same rule is being applied, okay. So we will be writing again dimension formula of LHS is equal to this what, time period. So therefore ordinary T, and ideal form you can say m0 L0 T, put it as 1. Clear? Now right hand side. So we will be writing the dimension formula of RHS, right? So 2 pi being a constant and no dimension at all. Now this is the square root, okay. So therefore we can put the power half. L means length L, and G, acceleration due to gravity, means the ordinary acceleration, that is right Lt minus 2. So this is the Lt minus 2. So LL get cancelled and this T square will move up. So T square raised to power half means only T. So therefore dimension formula of RHS and ideal form will be m0 L0 T. Clear? So it's number 2. Again you find the dimension formula of LHS is m0 L0 T and the of RHS is M0 L0T. So since the dimensions of LHS is equal to the dimensions of RHS, so therefore given equation is dimensionally correct, or we prove the consistency of this given equation dimensionally. So since the dimension formula of LHS is equal to dimension formula of RHS, okay, so therefore given equation or formula is dimensionally correct. Dimensionally correct. Clear? Yes. So I think you may be enjoying. It's very interesting and easy as well. Clear? So would you like to take a few more examples? I think we can take one or two more before binding up the class. All right. Okay. So all right, at least one more example we can take, that is, prove the dimensional consistency of, say, third equation of motion, and that says v square is equal to u square plus 2as. V is final velocity, u is initial velocity, a is acceleration, and s is the displacement. Clear? All right. So how will you proceed? I think you know. So we will be writing the dimensional formula of left hand side. So the dimensional formula of LHS is velocity square, that is LT minus 1 and square. So this become L square T minus 2, or in ideal form M0 L2 T minus 2. Clear? So we will put it as 1. Now the dimensional formula of RHS. So this is what? This is u square. U square means LT minus 1 square. Whether it is initial velocity or final velocity will be the same, plus 2. No dimensions, a, acceleration, that is LT minus 2, and displacement is nothing but length, so that is L. So this is becoming L square T minus 2. Clear? Because power is 2 here. Now this L and this L become L square. Okay, so plus L square T minus 2. And again, what interesting you are finding, see, again similar terms, that is L2 T minus 2, again L2 T minus 2. So means they are the same dimensions, okay, that is same physical quantities, so resultant will also be the same, that is L square T minus 2. So as and when you are writing, the summation or subtraction or addition of such two similar quantities as 1, so please write in bracket according to principle of homogeneity, okay, for the knowledge of examiner. Fine. So in ideal form this will become M0 L square T minus 2. So we can put it as number 2. Clear? So we again find the dimensional formula of LHS is M0 L square T minus 2, and of right hand side again M0 L2 T minus 2. So since the dimensional formula of LHS is equal to the dimensional formula of RHS, okay, so therefore again we can say the given equation is dimensionally correct. Clear? So I think we have taken a number of examples, okay. So there are several other applications of this checking the dimensional consistency, okay. So the major questions we have taken today, and a few more questions based on the same nature, okay, will be taken in next class, okay. So I hope you enjoyed this class. So practice these questions again in writing. I am sure you enjoyed a lot, you learned a lot, okay. So have a nice day. Thank you.